Well, the deep freeze is in. It's minus 27 Celsius now at 6:15 a.m., which is, according to Google, the same as minus 17 Fahrenheit. I started my Jeep some 5 minutes ago so that my butt does not freeze to the seat. Some food I made for the lunch today, so I still have to clean up the windshield, I think. Maybe just a little bit. Life in Canada. Yeah, like when you come out, at first it seems fine, but then after a few minutes you feel it. But my tank is almost full, which is always a good idea in this kind of weather. Have as little air as possible in your tank. And I think I filled up my truck, the Freightliner, on Friday. Oh, we're already at 69 Celsius coolant wise. I tried, yesterday was also cold, but not as this. Yesterday was like minus 20, which is what, minus 4 F. I came out in the morning thinking that Uber should be good, and no, it was not busy at all. So I did a couple of runs, maybe 2 rides with Uber, maybe 1 with Lyft, and I went home. And on the way back I remembered that my fridge was almost empty, so I went to my friendly neighborhood grocery store, and there was a lot of people in there, and I see all the price tags look new, but then I looked, no, the same. I got some eggs because I saw on the news that, you know, this pandemic, right, the shortage of eggs. But no, we have plenty of eggs, like a carton with I think it's 30 eggs in there. The large eggs was $10, and I asked the guy who was like a worker there, I said, did the price change? Was it $10 before? He says, yes, the price did not change. I said, are these from Canada? He says, yes. I said, okay. Because yeah, the feeling now in Canada is that we don't want to buy anything made in the US. So the eggs are from Canada, and then for lunch I bought some pierogies made in Canada, and I had a 50 ml shot of vodka made in Canada, so we're good. But yeah, so I went to the store and I thought there'll be like a panic or something, but there were a lot of people, more than usual I think for a Sunday, because I think everybody's trying to stock up a little bit, you know, before the tariffs hit tomorrow, because this is gonna be a bit crazy. So we tariff Americans, Americans tariff us. Nobody's gonna win. People are gonna lose their jobs on both sides of the border. They're saying that the automotive industry in the Windsor, Ontario, Detroit, Michigan area will shut down within a week, because they're saying those spots, and I remember this because I did a couple, some of them when I worked for Challenger Motor Freight. We would pick up a dry van, let's say on the Canadian side, and we'll just drive it across the bridge and drop it at the Detroit manufacturing facility. And it was like in Bond, I think. I remember once I was still new, and back then you had to physically cancel the bond because the parts were going to US in Bond, because I guess they were returning, and I forgot to do it. I forgot to cancel the bond. But lucky for me, on the same day I was crossing the border again, and I canceled I had to go inside the immigration and cancel the bond for the previous run. And so yeah, no, the prices so far, I have not seen groceries priced the same. We have plenty of eggs. So I got some chicken yesterday, chicken legs. So that's what's in the bag. I cooked them yesterday. Takes only 35 minutes at 425F. That's why I like using the oven. I use it all the time. So you preheat the oven to 425, put the legs in on a tray covered with some foil, not to create a mess. Set the timer, 35 minutes, done. Forget about it. What else did I do yesterday? So yesterday, Sunday, right? Watched a TV series called Mr. and Mrs. Smith. I guess based on the premise of the original movie with Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie, only now this is a TV series. It was okay. Felt a bit too long sometimes, like the action was a bit too slow. They're talking and talking, and then boom, 2 minutes there's a machete fight inside the barn, and then the fight is done and they're talking again. Why? What do you do? So the plans today are to survive this ugly cold, because I have to work outside, but lucky for me, I just go outside to secure the load, and then unchain it, drop it, get back in the truck. So I guess my Freightliner today will not be shutting down all day, because I need to keep the cab warm. There was lots of accidents on Friday, I think. Like there's a stretch of Deerfoot Trail, Highway 2, going north between Balzac and Airdrie, and it's like open fields on both sides, and that part is always getting icy, and was saying lots of people basically spun out, ended up in ditches, multiple collisions. But yesterday was okay. Yesterday I was driving around. Didn't see any. Actually, there was one. No, two actually. Yeah, there was a car upside down sitting on Deerfoot Trail. Like the guy flipped on the roof. I guess right after the snow started. And there was cops, firefighters. And then there was another one, I think. Yeah, that's what I saw Sunday. Slow going. My dispatcher says there's been a lot of accidents again on Saturday on Highway 2 near Adri. There's multiple collisions. And I said, was there ice? Like, he says, no, it was dry. He says the snow was blowing across the road, so poor visibility. Because of that, people were slamming into each other. And I left Friday. I did not work this Saturday. So I left Friday, and I'm pretty sure I plugged in the Freightliner. But in the morning, like, one of our guys goes around and he starts all trucks just to warm them up, you know. And he says, your Freightliner did not start. I said, was it plugged in? He says, yep. So I went to it. Oh, and he says, wouldn't turn. Okay, so I go there. I turn the key, and the starter works. So the starter is turning the engine, but the engine is not catching. And the guy says, yeah, he did that like 5-6 times, and then the battery started dying real quick. So he let it sit, and he left it unplugged, so I plugged it back in. But my first trip, it's all Baker scaffolding, which is a yellow small scaffolding they use for tight spaces. So I have like a bunch of frames, 4 decks, Baker, 2 decks, 10 footers, and some base plates, and some braces, and some D-rings. Like they use them to secure the scaffolding. But so I grabbed this truck, you know, out of 3, because he was sitting right outside where our Baker scaffolding is, and it was idling, and it was warm inside. So I figured one of the trucks they put in the shop. Like, we don't have space to put all 3 pickup trucks in there, but this one I'm pretty sure was in the shop because it was warm, which is great. I just grabbed it, flipped it around, lowered my electric tailgate, loaded the scaffolding, and now I'm on my way to area called Roxborough. The guys who rented this, they do lighting, like they install lights. So usually it's already an existing house, you know, not like a brand new construction. It's like somebody upgrading their lights or something, installing some fancy chandeliers inside to swing from. There's a train to my right. Probably cannot start the locomotive in this cold. Yeah, my phone shows -27. the truck shows minus 24, but but there's no wind, so I don't think chill factor, I mean wind chill is a factor. And I turned on the radio and everybody's talking about, okay, how do you change your grocery list so that there's only Canadian products on it? I'm serious. That's the atmosphere in Canada now. Just like I was joking with the pierogies and vodka, like people are offended and trying to stick to products made in Canada now. And Ford in Ontario, Premier Ford, ordered to remove all US alcohol from shelves of liquor stores because it's owned by the government, LCBO, Liquor Control Board of Ontario. I think they did the same in BC, in British Columbia. Haven't heard yet what our premier here did, because she's a bit funny. She doesn't want to retaliate, too strongly, because we have oil and gas. That's like the bread and butter of Alberta, and oil and gas is only taxed at 10% instead of 25%. So yeah, it's gonna be an interesting couple of weeks. Oh, and they were saying in the news that our Trudeau is scheduled to talk to Trump. And Trump says, Canada has been very abusive towards US. Like, where did he see that? I don't know. Bridge here, so we're not supposed to be here in a truck, but pickup trucks are okay. And there's our zoo. Yeah, this is the bridge that's restricted. But because I'm in a pickup truck, it's okay. It's not the bridge, I think, it's just the area, because it's a residential area, 9th Avenue. The water is all frozen. This is a great area in the summer. Like I sometimes come here to do street photography. It's 9th Avenue Southeast, formerly known as Atlantic Avenue. There's lots of coffee shops. Oh, there's Palumbo's Foods and Deli. I once delivered the machine in here. So yeah, lots of restaurants, lots of coffee shops. In the summer, it's like people are cruising around. There's a couple of parks, like that a river I just crossed. There's a bunch of biking paths there next to the river. Yeah, this is a great area. And this is I'm on 12th Street Southeast, and the sign says formerly known as McLeod Street. So it looks like back in the day most streets and roads had their own names, you know, and then they just switched to this numeric system. Like, you know, avenues go west to east, streets go south to north, and they just use numbers. 42nd Street, 43rd Street, you know, 12th Avenue. So I think before it was a bit more interesting, which each street had a unique name, like Atlantic Avenue, McLeod Street.
Approaching a railroad crossing.
Well, I'll try to not to knock down any locomotives then.
In 400 meters, turn right onto 26th Avenue Southeast.
Man, this road is bumpy.
Turn right onto 26th Avenue Southeast. In 300 meters, at the roundabout, take the second exit onto Dartmouth Road Southeast.
Now this is a tricky roundabout. There's so many exits. I think I'm just going this way.
Exit the roundabout onto Dartmouth Road Southeast.
Yeah.
Continue for 1.5 kilometers.
The trick I learned when working in this cold weather, I make sure that my climate control is either pointed towards the floor or top and bottom. And I take my gloves, my working gloves, and I throw them on the floor on the passenger side, and by the time it's time to get, you know, by the time I get out of the truck, the gloves are warm. It makes it so much nicer, you know, to work, because then of course they get cold real fast when you're outside. So then I throw them again down there and we're good. It's kind of like a hand warmer for me. Okay, where are we going here?
In 200 meters, turn left onto Blackburn Road Southeast.
Some kind of back streets, all industrial areas.
Turn left onto Blackburn Road Southeast, then turn right onto 36th Avenue Southeast.
This one here? Okay.
Turn right onto 36th Avenue Southeast. In 300 meters, continue onto Mission Road Southwest.
Uh-oh. That's our LRT, I'm pretty sure. Light Transit Rail. Usually have 3 cars, so it passes pretty quick. Unless it's a real train. No, LRT. They're all electric. And I'm always amazed how many people are inside. So these trains are pretty popular. Okay, this is McLeod Trail, so downtown is that way.
Continue on Mission Road southwest for 1 kilometer.
Man, this is a long trip. Yeah, normally it wouldn't take this long because the distance it's not that far, but you see it's sending me on all these small roads to avoid traffic jams. And
In 400 meters, turn right onto 30th Avenue Southwest.
but I'm getting close.
At the light, turn right onto 30th Avenue Southwest, then turn left onto 3rd Street Southwest.
Okay, at least now we're out of the industrial area and we are inside the residential area.
Turn left onto 3rd Street Southwest. In 200 meters, turn right onto Roxborough Road Southwest.
Finally, that's my road where I'm dropping off. Like, look at these houses over here, man.
Turn right onto Roxborough Road Southwest.
Wow. All right, let's go find our building and unload and then head back
In 200
because
meters, your destination will be on the right.
I don't have any pickups. They just give me this one delivery, so I just go back empty. Yeah, but yeah, look at this. This is like some kind of a press conference center, not a house. Man, we're next to the river, so this is very fancy area. Well, I just did my second trip. They're building this structure here behind this, some kind of a conference or meditation center. You see, like, it's newly framed. So I brought 4 full propane tanks and one big heater and a couple of small parts that are necessary to hook up everything. But the guy says drop it near the window. There's a huge opening over there, and he only ordered one duct, like 12 feet long, which is what, like 3 meters. I don't know. They'll probably have to put the heater inside somehow and lift it up. It's a pretty big one. Hello, Sergey. Okay, is it in the back or in the front? To Oh, I see. Okay, cool. Yeah, so I'll be there in 30 minutes, okay? Thank you. Bye. Yeah, my second stop. So this was a delivery. And my freight line is still dead. There's some kind of a issue there. The start is working, but it doesn't want to, the engine doesn't want to turn. Yeah, you see like this nice, I don't know what it is, some kind of a Chinese place in the middle of nowhere. Like there's all fields. I'm northwest of Calgary. There's nobody here. And the guy in the paperwork says, we'll take as early as possible, basically. I really need this heater, but there's no people there. This is nice. I like these Chinese lights. So man, why would they build it here, like in the middle of the fields? It looks like brand new. So somebody bought a piece of land and they just decided to create a piece of China, again in the middle of nowhere. It's called Middle Path Meditation Center. Middle Path Meditation Center.
Continue on Township Road 261A for 4 kilometers.
4 kilometers. Because I came from here, but it wants me to keep going straight. Okay, so that's why I wanted to show you guys, you know, like a little ride in the country on snow-covered roads. It's still very cold. Now this thing shows minus 25. The poor cows are outside, man. How are they, you know, handling this crazy weather? I see some are even lying. No, they're not lying down. It would be too cold. So I'm guessing they're trying to find some grass. It's all yellow, all last year grass. So they're just walking around because I guess they're cold. Some of them have a puzzled look on their mugs. What the heck are we doing outside? Don't they have hay inside the barn? Like, look at this. And they're looking at me. No, sorry guys, I don't have any hay. Oh, I guess they're here because at the fence I see there's still some grass. Oh, okay. There's more of them over here. It's cold. Yeah, and I have my 4x4 on. Like there's a switch here. Now this is a crazy place. I know this. Like, you know, Alberta is mostly level. right? Like flat, like Texas. But then once in a while, you get to a place like this. No, wait, sorry. I got scared too soon. But basically we have these, you know, ravines. And sometimes the road is like this and you're going down and then up. You see, like, probably there used to be a river over here.
In 500 meters, turn right onto Simons Valley Road Northwest, Simons Valley Road.
And I turned on the exhaust brake because it's slippery. Couple of spots, you know, I push on the brakes and nothing happens. The pickup truck, because it's so heavy, keeps going.
Turn right onto Simons Valley Road Northwest, Simons Valley Road, then slide left onto Simons Valley Road Northwest.
Slide left. Yeah, so now I know where I am. Simons Valley Road. This is if I stay on this road, I'm gonna hit the ring road 201. See, it's all farms.
Slide left onto Simons Valley Road Northwest, Simons Valley Road. Continue on Simons Valley Road Northwest for 6 kilometers. Head south on Shaganappi Trail Northwest toward Aquila Drive Northwest. Continue on Shaganappi Trail Northwest for 7 kilometers.
Oh, it becomes Shaganappi Trail. Okay. You see, and boom. Just 2 minutes before I was in the middle of nowhere. Boom, now we have houses. And I saw a sign that says welcome to, oh, it says Calgary city limit. That's it. I'm guessing there must be a lot of Chinese people here. That's why they opened that meditation center close by. And my pickup is closer to central Calgary, and it's pretty much the same stuff I just brought to that meditation center. It's a couple of heaters, you know, some hoses, some manifolds, and 4 hopefully empty propane tanks. And I did bring a little dolly with me, you know, like that, so that you can move tanks. Makes it much easier. But so far so good. I haven't seen any accidents yet. Maybe because there's not that many cars on the road. Most people don't want to drive in this weather. And usually Mondays are bad for Uber, but I'm thinking maybe today, because Sunday was not busy, so maybe I'll try the day after work, you know, just go start the app and see what happens. I also have 2 insulated bags inside my Jeep, so I can do I can try DoorDash and Uber Eats. And just heard on the news that Mexico locked out. The tariffs are delayed because they agreed to send 10,000 troops to the border. And Trudeau talked to Trump this morning, and then they say they're gonna talk again in the afternoon. So somehow they did not fix things up from one phone call. They needed another phone call. And I think Trump really wants to punish Canada for something, maybe because he does not like Trudeau or something, I don't know. So I think we're in for this trade war. It's gonna be interesting. that's my pickup. 2 heaters, bunch of hoses, tanks over there, and these ducts. Well, this is my first trip after lunch. I'm still in a pickup truck because the freight line is still dead. Evidently they found that even though the truck was plugged in over the weekend, but something happened with the breaker, they're saying. And basically, even though it was plugged in, but it was not keeping the oil warm. So it was as if it was not plugged in. And of course, you know, at minus 28.
In 300 meters, turn right towards Silverado Skies Link Southwest.
Yeah, basically everything froze. And the battery just not strong enough to start the engine in these conditions. So they're trying to reset the breaker. I don't know what they're trying to do, but but I'm enjoying this Ram 1500. The cruise control works, heat works, CarPlay works. So what else can a guy, you know, ask for? Such a great truck, even though it already has 221,000 kilometers, but it's in good shape. So I did two pickups of scaffolding, like in this area, all close by, like, you know, a couple of blocks away. And I was supposed to pick up a bunch of scaffolding in one place, but half of it was missing.
Turn right towards Silverado Skies Link Southwest.
Now imagine this guy, he's cleaning the car, so he already lives in this house, and all around him is construction. But that's how people make money, you know, because once everything is finished, the prices will definitely go up on all these houses.
In 200 meters, turn left onto Silverado Boulevard Southwest.
But I'm not sure I would be able to live, you know, in a constant mess like this that probably lasts, like, I don't know, 2-3 years till they finish everything. Yeah, it's an interesting intersection. So this guy goes left, but I'm supposed to yield because I have a yield sign. Interesting. There'll be lots of accidents here, I guarantee it.
Turn left onto Silverado Boulevard Southwest.
Then I went to the second location for pickup. Everything was there. 3 decks, 10 foot long, 2 braces, 10 feet long, and 2 frames, 5x5. The only
50 meters at the roundabout, continue straight to stay on Silverado Boulevard Southwest.
The only snag was that one of the decks did not have our markings on it. It was some other website, I don't know. But
in 500 meters, turn left onto Sheriff King Street Southwest.
I was supposed to pick up 3 decks. I picked up 3 decks. Oh, and at the first place where there were shortages, I sent a message to the guy who had it rented. I said, this is what I picked up, this is what's missing. That's it. I just sent him a message. I don't have time for this BS. Because sometimes, you know, you call them and they say, hey, half of the stuff is missing. Oh, would you mind going to the house just 2 blocks away? We probably left it over there.
Turn left onto Sheriff King Street Southwest.
And then you go there and the scaffolding is still assembled. So I have to disassemble it, waste time. So no, I don't do that.
Turn left onto the ramp to Stony Trail Southwest, Alberta 201.
Yeah, you gave us the address where scaffolding was supposed to be. That's it. I'm not chasing it around the neighborhood, right? It's not my job. My job is to go there, do the pickup of the specific items at the specific address, and then just notify them of any discrepancies. And that's exactly what I did. Just keeping it civil, you know. Hey, did the pickup at this address, picked up, you know, so many frames, so many braces, so many decks missing.
Turn left onto the ramp to Stony Trail Southwest, then take the ramp to Stony Trail.
Missing is this. Thank you. That's it. Okay, so now we're going back to the mighty ring road 201. So now this is more interesting. I'm gonna tow a 15 kilowatt generator. Actually, I'm pretty sure I delivered this one.
Take the ramp to Stony Trail.
Yeah, I delivered this one. It's like a small size generator. All I have to do just install the
Continue
hitch.
for 1 kilometer.
Install the hitch in the back and just maneuver the truck to, you know, hook up to the trailer, attach the 2 chains, 2 safety chains and 1 electric cord. And then
In 600 meters, merge onto Stony Trail Southwest, Alberta 201.
And then I turn on my flashing lights and I go in the back to see that the lights are working on the generator. Oh, and then yeah, I have to write down how many hours the meter shows and check the fuel, how much fuel it has, because if they burnt,
Continue on Alberta 201 for 14 kilometers.
if they burned fuel and they did not fill it up, we charge them extra for the refill. See, the roads are even dry here, man. All the snow has been cleaned up. Okay, so my pickup is 16 minutes away, or 18 kilometers, just over 10 miles, 11 miles probably. And the tariffs are on our Canadian collective minds, and they start at midnight today. The trade war is about to begin. They call it economic warfare. And I was just listening to the news conference. Trump says, well, if you become a 51st state, there'll be no tariffs. But we have not just one province, we have multiple provinces. Each province has its own government. Like, there's no way 7 or 8 provinces will just roll into one state. It's never gonna happen. Never. And that's what my truck looks like now. I have a generator, 15 kilowatt, and I have scaffolding in the bed, but the generator has no key, and also it came with a distribution box, which is both of which are nowhere to be found. I made a note on the paperwork. If the customer does not provide them, we're gonna charge him for these lost items. So I have four-wheel drive on, and I'm gonna put the exhaust brake on, like automatic, not full but automatic, which means that it's gonna apply only when I hit the brakes, not when I lift off the foot of the throttle. And the last thing I want to do is I want to start the hold on, where on this one, where's the tow mode? Like on a Ford, you just push the button, I think, over here. And where's tow mode? Tow. There you go. Tow mode is on. Yeah, tow or haul. Even though it's not a super big generator, but still it keeps you in a lower gear a bit longer, because it does weigh, right, something probably. But I was able to move it myself, you know, like, because it has a wheel in the front, so it's not that heavy. I don't know, maybe less than probably less than 1,000 pounds, because I was able to move it myself, just instead of, you know, maneuvering the truck, because I cannot see. Actually, this was the first boo-boo I did when I drove this truck in March last year with the instructor.
In 500 meters, turn left.
When I was lowering the lift gate, I think I hit the camera. But I don't know, maybe it was just vibration, it fell off or something. But anyway, so now when this truck came from the factory with a backup camera, but look at this guy. That's called slow stop. Hey buddy, watch it. He never even did stop fully. So construction, and more construction. Oh, look at this nice brand new Beamer. I never seen that model before. I see the lights are different. Now my favorite Stellantis
Flanders Avenue Southwest.
finally came to their senses, right? And they forget what they said about Hemi V8 gone. So now it looks like they might bring it back to life. But the first models of 2025 with the ICE engine, like Chargers and yeah, I don't think they're bringing back the Challenger, but Charger and Durango, I think they'll have a dual 6-cylinder turbo engine, which will actually make more power than the old Hemi V8.
Exit the roundabout, then turn left. Use the right lane to turn left.
Well, in other news, I forgot to mention, I had a rental guest taking my Durango like in some week and a half, and he booked it for almost 2 weeks. So I was supposed to make good money, and we exchanged a couple of messages. He was asking me for if I can get him a free what is called, like basically a pass, like whenever you go to national parks, you know, like around Banff, Jasper, etc., etc., you need a pass. So you need to go online and buy this pass. Now I checked the price, it was $150 if you want. I think it was called Discovery Pass. If you want to have access to all the parks, the annual pass is $150, and it's not transferable, and it's issued to your name. So it makes no sense for me as a host buy this pass that I won't be able to use for another guest, right? So it's not hooked up, it's not linked to the car, it's linked to the driver. So, and I said sorry, so it's $150. Here's the link when you can get it yourself. And so he saw that link, he said, oh yeah, okay, cool, we'll get it ourselves. And then this morning he sends me a message, oh, by the way, I did not see that. Oh yeah, and yesterday he was asking me the place where we're gonna be staying is asking for the license plate number. Wait, what license plate number? I said license plate number is on the listing. When you look at the listing of my Dodge Durango, right there in the title is the license plate number. But I typed it for him anyway. Okay, done. And then this morning he's asking me, oh, by the way, I did not see this info in the vehicle description. Does it have winter tires? So the guy booked the car probably 1 month in advance, and now when we have like a week and a half left, he starts asking all these questions, and I said no, it does not have winter tires. And right away the guy says, oh, sorry, then I have to cancel because we're going to this chalet and I need to have winter tires. And winter tires by law are required in BC, in British Columbia. Like during this time of year, you need to have that snowflake on the side of your tire. So basically the guy canceled because I don't have winter tires on the Durango. I said, hey, it has a all-wheel drive and traction control. I said I drove it through a snowstorm in deep snow in Calgary and never had any issues. And the guy says, no, it's okay, I need winter tires. I'm gonna cancel, sorry. Okay, so you should have asked me this maybe a month ago when you were booking, But anyway, first thing I'm gonna do today is I'm gonna go and really look, because I told him, he says, what kind of tires? I said all season, but I'm not sure, are they all season? Maybe they're all weather, and all weather tires are better than all season. So what I'm gonna do is, when I come home, I'm gonna take a picture of the sidewall of the tire and do research on this, see what kind of tire it is, because this is already second time I'm losing a customer for the same reason. Like they book, then they ask you questions. Oh, does it have winter tires? No. Oh, sorry, I'm going to BC, need winter tires. But winter tires over $1,000, and plus it's already February. Why would I want to spend $1,000? Forget it. Maybe in the summer, when I have like in the winter it's very slow, I should make a lot of money with this Durango in the summer, because it has 7 seats, and especially during the Stampede week. Where is it? June, July, but we're gonna have lots of tourists. There are gonna be lots of customers for Uber and Lyft and car rentals. So if I make some extra money, I'm gonna set aside like $1,500, and then I'm gonna, for the next winter, I'm gonna get these winter tires, screw them. And of course the cheapest time of the year to buy them is in the summer. That's when they have sales on them, because once it gets closer to winter, they're gonna be expensive. Oh, and plus now with these stupid tariffs, I don't know. Basically, if the tires are made in the States, they're gonna be too expensive. So probably I'll need something Chinese, Korean, Ukrainian. As long as it has a snowflake on the sidewall, we're good. So yeah, that's the homework for today, is find out the actual nature of the tires on the Durango, because I cannot afford to keep losing customers like this. And the guy's name was like French name, so Europe, of course they have no idea how to drive in the snow, so that's why I need winter tires.